thank you for your testimony. I've really enjoyed working with all of you on this issue for a long time as well, and really thankful for your advocating on behalf of really private property owners and citizens of Arkansas, because that's what you've done. And Farm Bureau's done that. Jim, you've done that. Jeff, Chris, y'all have all really advocated on behalf of the citizens of the state of Arkansas, because you see, you're drilling down all the way to see how it's really going to impact us and these family farms, and that makes up my entire district and a lot of districts. And I think that there's going to be a whole lot of cost down the road as this progresses to county government and to city government. When you're talking about water permits, when you're talking about trying to replace tiles and low water bridges and new construction, we have the highway department in front of us all the time, who make their case that we have a lot of roads in the state of Arkansas. That means a lot of repair work. Well, this is going to get 10 times, 100 times more complicated now. And so highway department needs to be part of this discussion. The entire government of Arkansas needs to be a part of this discussion. And that's the truth. And you guys have kind of been at the forefront of this, but we need everybody to understand this is going to affect every single agency. And it's going to affect cost. It's going to affect our government budget, our state government budget. We have directed the Attorney General to be involved, the Governor's Office to be involved, and we'll continue to do that. This question, the rules and regulations, when they are presented, are they passed through committees, or is it a similar situation we have here in the state government? When they propose these new rules, what's the time frame of those 2 new rules that you talked about, and when will they be voted on, and which committee will it be voted on?
They're promulgated by the council, or they come from CEQ, Council for Environmental Quality. And once they're put out there, they have 60 days to accept comments on those. That's been extended.
Honestly, I don't.
I think it's been extended by 60 days. Seems like.
October 2nd.
Okay, yeah, it's been extended by 60 days. So that's the drop dead date. And what will happen, quite frankly, those rules are almost certainly going to go into effect. The rule on the economic analysis that went into effect last October, there was hundreds of comments opposing that rule. It didn't change one iota. And so the assumption would have to be that these rules are going to go into effect similarly, that we can't stop them. And no matter what we say, and what we're, everything really kind of hinges on this legislation, quite frankly. And the position that we're in is, it's kind of a dual, knife cuts both ways. We're able to get significantly more help because it's an election year, and then some less help because it's an election year. So we're just trying to hope that we can get the more help side and push it over. But if we don't get this passed, and really the logistics of it will be, if it passes, it probably be in the lame duck after the election, because there's nothing going to happen between now and the election. Nothing really substantive. So it'll be in the lame duck after the session. So we've got this window of opportunity to get it done. And regardless of what happens, whether the Democratic Party retains control over the Senate, and the Senate is actually key, as in most cases, or the Republican Party gains 1 or 2 or 3 vote control over there, with the 60 votes needed to do anything, we're pretty much assured that nothing's going to happen on this. Back in 2005, they tried to change the Endangered Species Act, and they had a Republican Congress, and we all know who was president, George W. Bush, and he wasn't a super environmentalist. Couldn't get it done. Got blocked in the Senate. So I think this is kind of like the perfect storm. If we can get it together, we might be able to pass it and avoid these owners